since Jesus came into my life. Oh, yeah. Amen.
Amen. Amen.
Those saints. Okay, today's scripture is coming from 1 Samuel chapter 3, verses 1 through 10. Here it goes. The boy Samuel ministered before the Lord under Eli. In those days, the word of the Lord was rare. There were not many visions. One night, Eli, whose eyes were becoming so weak that he could barely see, was lying down in his usual place. But Eli said, I did not call you. Go back and lie down. So he went and lied down. Again the Lord called Samuel. And Samuel got up and went to Eli and said, Here I am, Lord. The word had been revealed to him. The Lord called Samuel a third time, and Samuel got up and went to Eli and said, Here I am. You called me? Then Eli realized that the Lord was calling the boy. So Eli told Samuel, Go in other times. Samuel, Samuel, for your servant is listening. Thank you.
It all started with a whisper. That Samuel heard. You know, there's a saying that goes, just because you can't hear a sound doesn't mean it's not. It all started with a whisper. In the passage that Brother Alfredo just read, God is reaching out to mankind. He has a message for them. It says there in that very first verse that in those days the word of the Lord was rare. There were not many visions. Now, it didn't say God was completely silent, because God never is completely silent. It's just that communications were rare. And I was reading that and thinking, there's a question that has to be asked, and it's, or was it them? I mean, just because you can't hear a sound doesn't mean it isn't there. You heard God speak before. Never heard God speak to him. So when God whispered to him, he automatically went to the priest he was serving, thinking it was Eli. And 3 times that happened. Samuel heard the whisper. He went to Eli. 3 times that happened. Nobody else heard that whisper but Samuel. Not Eli, not any of the others. The only one that heard that whisper was Samuel. But Eli, being the priest, understood that God can talk to who he wants to. So Eli told Samuel, okay, son, when he calls, answer him, saying, Speak, Lord, for your servant is listening. And that marked a major moment in Samuel's life and for the priesthood, because God was not speaking directly to the priest in charge. He was speaking to someone under the priest. That marked a major moment in what was going on with God and his people. Eli coached him on what to say. Samuel responded. And boy, did God have something to say. For your servant is listening. That's where I want